So I've been wanting to do a video about this for a little while now, but I haven't really been able to figure out the words to get together to put this out on video. Um, for those of you who don't know, September is Suicide Awareness Month. The fact that we even have to have a month dedicated to something like that is so sad and heartbreaking. People don't realize how much this affects so many people. Um, for those of you who don't know, I go to a suicide loss bereavement group every other Monday night. I have been going since 2 weeks after my mother passed away. She was a suicide. November will be 1 year. I've gone to every single meeting since. That is 21 meetings I've gone to. And of all the meetings I've gone to, there have been at least 14 new members. 14. That's almost one new person in each meeting. And that's not even including all of the regulars. There's about 22 regular people who go to the meetings. Some of them go every single meeting. Some of them go once a month. Some of them come sporadically. But the fact that there are so many people affected by this, by someone so close to them, is an issue. And that's just a small, very small chunk of the entire world. That's just around Plymouth, Massachusetts, people in local towns. And people need to be more aware of how many people are suffering mentally, and we have no idea because everybody else goes on with their days. For example, one of my friends that I haven't seen in a while reached out to me the other day. They happened to see me leaving Walmart, and they sent me a text. They knew that I had been having a rough time, like since my boyfriend passed away, my dad passed away, and then my mom passed away. They knew that I had been struggling a little bit, and they sent me a text and said, "Oh, you seem to be doing really well. I saw you smiling." And little did they know, earlier that day, I had had my own suicidal thoughts myself. And why do people make the assumption that just because someone has a smile on, or someone has, they're put together, they have makeup done, their hair's done, they go to the gym and work out, they eat healthy, they go to work, they take care of themselves, why do people think that suicidal people or people with depression or anxiety, etc., have to look a certain way? Anybody can suffer from it. And one of the biggest things that I've learned from this group is that most of the people who've lost their loved ones, the loved ones that they lost, they had no idea that they were suffering. And a lot of the times that's how it is with people who have depression. They hide it so well because they don't want to be a burden on anyone. They don't want people to feel like, they have to try to help this person. I just wish that mental health wasn't such a topic that people felt uncomfortable to talk about. If people just talked about it and were more open about it, more people would reach out when they were having struggles. There would be less people that would be killing themselves because they're so depressed. They feel so alone. Who do they talk to? They're going to be judged. They're not looked at as this depressed person. How can they go and reach out? People make the assumption that just because you're put together, you must be fine. How can someone like that go and reach out and say that they're having those thoughts? They're not going to be believed. A lot of the times people will you see someone maybe make a post on Facebook or whatever the case saying that they're depressed, and you're like, oh, psh, cut it out, you're fine, but you have no idea. Like, it's embarrassing and uncomfortable for most people to express those feelings. So if someone's reaching out and expressing that they're feeling that way, there's a high chance that they actually do feel that way and may actually even feel worse than how they're actually expressing. I just wish that the whole world could be more open about this topic. It affects so many people. I have so many clients from the gym that talk to me about this, clients from my nail salon that talk to me about this, friends that reach out to me, friends who have friends who are having mental health issues. And it is such a common thing that why can't we just talk about this? And on another topic, the people who are so ignorant to think that people who do take action are selfish. Well, you know what? You're really fucking ignorant, because first of all, it takes some guts to do that. I have truly felt so low, since my mom passed away. I've had those thoughts a lot of times, to the point that I've actually planned out what I would do. And I don't know if I have the guts to do it. And you know what? The thing is that I at least have hope, and that's what keeps me going. I have hope that I can help people. I have hope that I can do good with everything that I've been through. And these people who actually finally take action have lost all hope. If you see someone and they have a broken arm, you think, oh wow, they're in pain. Let me go and see if they need help. But when there's somebody who has depression, you don't see their pain that they have. And yet, if someone does reach out and they have that pain, we don't see it, so we assume it's not there. Well, honestly, if anything, mental pain, emotional pain is way harder than physical pain. Trust me, I know. I just wish that we could be not so judgmental towards this shit. It really is such a heartbreaking thing that people are coming to the point that they think that they have to take action on this and have no other choice. That's really what it is people feel they have no other choice, and they just want to end the pain so badly. And so that's what they do. And I've been doing a lot of research on the topic, and suicide is the number 10 cause of death. And it's the number 2 cause of death between ages 10 and 34. 10 years old. Something needs to change, and I don't know. I wish people could just not be so ignorant to the topic, and reach out to people when you see they need some help. It's not an easy thing to talk about, and I always tell people, like, the last thing you would ever want is to have regret of thinking, if only I had reached out to that person, maybe they would still be here today. A lot of the times people just need to know that somebody gives a shit, and a lot of the times it seems like people don't give a shit. So if you ever have a feeling that somebody's struggling, or if somebody makes a comment that seems like they're struggling, or whatever the case, just reach out. It takes 2 seconds. It's not that hard to be a decent human. I hope this opens some eyes to some people.